it's a thing is to do, funnily enough, it may sound ridiculous, with the loss of the British Empire as such.
The changing of the guard is part of our tradition, but now we find it's been applied to us. We've had to sell our stately homes to pay our debts and taxes, and no one can afford a chauffeur to enroll. If we ever get invited to the palace, then we'll all go there by bus. The changing of the guard, we used to be respected as members of the aristocracy. The Earl of Windermere has raised a mortgage on his mansion, and now he's paying back at £30 a week, which he makes from showing people round the manor for a $50 fee. Can't you see the way things used to be? Life was better then. Remember, we lived like lords and ladies and gentlemen. The changing of the guard, we made our sacrifices. We haven't got a butler or a maid. Lord Fitzcom has got a son who's working as a waiter, picking up the tips he earns enough to pay his rent. Lady Londonderry rocks the family silver, and the money's all been spent. The changing of the guard presents a different picture to when Britannia used to rule the waves. Lady Annabel Barley is a famous belly dancer, and not because she comes from a naval family. If her ancestors could see the way we're living, they'd be turning in their grave. Can't you see the way things used to be? Life was better then. Remember, we lived like lords and ladies and dukes and duchesses and kings and queens and barons.
A dolly girl is someone who dresses how she feels, she does what she likes, she's free, she doesn't care about conventions. She's just free, she dresses, she does what she likes and has a wonderful time. How else can you describe a dolly girl? Probably young.
Where does dolly girls go?
Oh, well, the clubs, I suppose, are the Scotch and Dollies. Dollies. And I think Birdland is a new one, which I've been to once or twice. It's quite swinging. Otherwise, there aren't really that many with it clubs in London, but the ones that are great. You know, you just go there and drink, talk, relax, do what you like. No one cares. Do what you like. No one cares. No one cares.
dear man. You're out of touch, my baby, my old-fashioned baby. I said, baby, 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 you're out of time. Well, baby, 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 you're out of time. I said, baby, 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 you're out of time. Yes, you are, baby. Yes, you are. I said, you're out of time, out of town. Oh, baby, baby, baby. You thought you was a clever girl.
Sex. Well, I suppose that's just the same. It's sort of free, isn't it?
You meet a boy now, or a man, and you don't really have to protest about your virginity. In fact, it'll be a great disappointment to him if you say, you know, it's the first time. I mean, he'll leave the room. I suppose that's the sort of freedom that the woman doesn't have to disguise her libido. No, I can't say the word, but you know the one I mean. Her sexuality. That's freedom. The other thing that makes a woman free to now is that, I suppose, money. They have money and they can work. So the dependence on a man isn't as great. But the thing that makes her very unfree, and always will, I imagine, is although she has a sort of vagrant heart, a woman does tend to like being with one man, even if it's only for 3 months. She's not as content, I think, going from bed to bed. You've always got decadent people, but what is so strange now is that the most gifted, the most articulate, and the most thinking and conscious people are decadent because of the time in history that they're alive in. And there's nothing else you can say to that unless you're God. If you're God, you can say, it's all right, I won't drop the bomb. I do. I believe in female promiscuity, except that it happens a different way, that a woman probably likes to shack up with the man for 3 months and then with another man, whereas a man would like to shack up for an evening. And I think there's still this awful, and I wish we didn't have it because it's such a handicap, this thing of falling in love. You know, it's such a nuisance. And I think women, no man will agree to this, but I'm sure it's true, women are more devoted and committed to the notion of falling in love, and therefore they fall in love, than men are, because it is the one territory of adventure that a woman has. She can't go across bloody Africa, or if she does, she'll become pregnant, or anyhow, she can't. She just can't yet. And maybe never will.
Hello? Yes. Kubasi. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Vanessa Redgrave.
We're here, and there are people in other places who at this very second aren't here and aren't anywhere. And why we write and why we act and why we sing is because we're alive. And to the dead, what we write and what we sing and what we say is of no use at all. So because Fidel's revolution brought life and words and paintings to people, but most of all life, I'm speaking from him and from José Martí, who wrote the words for a song that was later made, that has become famous and that you will know, and I hope you will sing it. Cuba, Cuba, estudio, trabajo, fusil, alfabetizar, alfabetizar, venceremos. Cuba, Cuba, estudio, trabajo, fusil, alfabetizar, alfabetizar, venceremos. Dicen los americanos que Fidel es comunista. Ningún dice que Batista mató a 20,000 cubanos. Cuba sí, Cuba sí, Cuba sí. Patria o muerte venceremos. Guantanamera, Guajira, Guantanamera, Guantanamera, Guajira, Guantanamera. Yo soy un hombre sincero, da donde crece la palma. Yo soy un hombre sincero, da donde crece la palma. Antes de morir me quiero echar mis versos del alma. Guantanamera, Guajira, Guantanamera, Guantanamera, Guajira, Guantanamera. Mi verso es de un verde claro y de un carmen encendido. Mi verso es de un verde claro y de un carmen encendido. Mi verso es de un ciervo herido que busca en el monte amplaro. Guantanamera, Guajira, Guantanamera, Guantanamera, Guajira, Guantanamera. Patria o muerte vencerán.
My father was a soldier then, and times were very hard when I was young. When I was young, I smoked my first cigarette at 10, and for girls I had a bad yen, and I had quite a ball when I was young. When I was young. My faith was so much stronger then. I believed in fellow men, and I was so much older then. When I was young, when I was young.
I'm proud of most things. Just whether the proudness remains is whether they happen or they don't happen. The biggest thing naturally is the Rolling Stones. But one never sits around to say, yeah, I'm proud of that, because there's always tomorrow.
What do you hope will happen tomorrow?
I've got no idea, but I haven't got enough time to think about today. I just got time to get on with tomorrow.
Don't forget to let us talk, okay? Because I'll put it in.
Here we go. There is a slight pause after the bum 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 before you come in. Like enough like this. Bum 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 bum. Mother told me always. Like that. Mother told you want mother told me. Hear me.
Mother told me.
Mother told me.
You want Mother told me always to follow the golden rule.
That's right. But don't make rule too West Country.
Mother told me always to follow the golden rule. And she said it's really the sense of being cruel. So what's wrong with that?
I don't enjoy money in every end. I mean, I don't enjoy really having to say account for money. Therefore, I couldn't write articles like Paul Getty in Playboy on what to do with his tuppence and what to do with the other threepence. I just have personal things that I need money for, whether it's business or what. It just for whatever I happen to be doing. I just use it for that.
What do you intend to do other than pop music?
I really don't know. I've sort of suddenly got reinterested in pop music again, after having gone through sort of a fairly bored stage. And I've got vague ideas about what I might do, but it's what everybody in sort of on a particular rung of the ladder wants to do. I suppose the obvious thing is to say, yeah, well, one day I would like to go into films. But I would like to go into films when the time is right. I was also, without having any knowledge of it now, intend to get sort of more interested in politics, because I think that's another sort of...
Strange to say, because if I say the violence of it, which is one part, which if you ask most young people, they say they don't like the violence, they don't like the war, or they don't like that. Yeah, they themselves are violent, which doesn't seem to make sense.
No, you're encouraging it in this way,
aren't you? But it's I suppose, I don't think you have to be violent to overcome it. But some people do, and when they're violent against the police, it's just their way, the only way they have of showing it. Because they're not organised.
How would you organise them?
I wouldn't want to organise them. I don't feel that I'm a leader of them, whoever we're talking about. If you're a realist, and if you see the world as you think it is, as it really is, you try and see it as it really is, you can be just as angry and write from anger. Okay. But I don't think, oh, I'm screwed up, I must write a song about that. It doesn't happen like that. It's just a lack of people liking what you do. It's not a secret of anything. It's just doing the best you can and putting everything you've got into it and hoping people will like it. There's no real secret to that. Either people do like it or they don't. As long as people know about it, they have to know that you exist, which is a very important part of, if you're somebody new starting out in pop music, everyone has to know you exist. And once they know you exist and they hear what you have to offer, either they like you or they don't. And if they don't like you, which happened to us in America, when people knew about us, but they didn't like us. They didn't just buy records until Satisfaction, which was a really big record. Well, because I just feel part of the thing that started off, I suppose. And I feel part of the people that I won't. This isn't the first generation that's questioned the moral values of the last generation, but it's that I think it's one of the first generations which has not had to worry about the material things. Because if you're hungry, you haven't really got much time to worry about morals. I mean, when I say morals, I mean like fighting wars and whether this is right or this is right for this society to do that. If you're hungry, and if your stomach's full of food, you can start worrying about them. And this is what's happened. As people will worry and worry more, and they'll have less and less work to do. As the years go on, they won't have hardly any work to do because there will be machines to do it for them, which has already happened. And so that they'll have to work like 4 hours a day, and the rest of the time they've got to do something else.
Why do you think something else?
Well, that something else isn't going to be what people think. It isn't going to be just jumping around and swimming and just reading books and going to movies, because you get very bored with those things very quickly.
What is it going to be?
Well, we don't know. That's the problem. But it's going to be. I hope it's going to be something good. I don't know.
My sweet Lady Jane, when I see you again, your servant am I, and will humbly remain. Just heed this plea, my love, on bended knee, my love. I pledge myself to Lady Jane. My dear Lady Anne, I've done what I can. I must take my leave, for promised I am. My love, your time has come, my love. I pledge my troth to Lady Jane.
Everything's happened to me, and I haven't happened to anything. So things have happened to me. I think I better start happening to something. And one thing, yes, and one thing after another has happened to me. I mean, it's quite incredible, actually. It's a most extraordinary thing. I don't know how it's happened. I think it's going to stop any minute. Am I allowed to talk?
Yes.
Where did you get your time from? Fascinating.
I filmed him at work.
Did you have me sing I didn't like that Sidney Lumet one very much?
No.
You will be kind, won't you?
Oh, well, yes.
I trust you. Not secure enough that I can lose parts here. I suppose I'll go back to the Beatles, I mean, really, isn't it? You know, we were lucky enough that they were quite cool and hip, and there weren't an awful lot of cool, hip people around, not a majority, and that they became idols, and like any idol, they were copied. And so, that's why London perhaps is now cool and hip. Oh, I think it's a super thing. Terrific. I mean, because it's not only associated with the idea of freedom, that from there goes on to be an idea of pleasure in a way. And I think people are sort of having a good time, maybe, I don't know whether, when I say a majority, I don't know, because one only knows a certain group of people, and maybe it's a minority. But it seems to me that a good time is much easier had by all now than ever before.
Ideal. Pleasure.
Well, pleasure, I think, is terrific. Fine, yes. And if you haven't got anything else, then you're lucky to have that.
What do you love?
The sun. I'm terribly superficial. Terribly. Sunflowers, good book, cats. What do you love? I love strong relationships, anyhow. Of any sort.
Well, you're not a superficial person, then, if you said you were.
I think everybody loves strong relationships, don't they? The sort of thing in cinema of, oh, it's exhausting, of this working up so that your 2-3 second take is at absolutely the right pitch of emotion, however low or high it is. You have to work yourself up, because, I mean, whatever you're doing, I mean, you have to be in some sort of state of emotion for it to be able to do it and not be yourself just talking or something. And that sort of constant screwing up of hitting the right note without testing anywhere.
Yeah.
And then, you know, of course, on stage you start and you hit along testing all the time. That is one of the main things, for me, one of the main differences. I enjoy it very much, all that screwing up of nerves and energy and everything to go bonk. But then I love sort of working up to something and feeling it coming and sort of flowing and or not going, you know, that as well is something I miss.
You see, we don't want to get drunk or go out what is popularly known as womanizing until 2 o'clock in the morning. What we want is the freedom to do so should we wish. We don't want a lot of rules and regulations. To me, the pubs closing at 11 o'clock and more expensive clubs keeping open later is the most condescending piece of class consciousness I've ever heard. Is to keep the workers out of the pubs so that they're not drunk and up late for work in the morning. This was the original idea of it for the munitions factories in the First World War. Well, to me, I'm not a Puritan by any means or a moralist, but to me, the idea, for instance, of short skirts and things like that, this seems to be, we seem to be selling our morals in return for a mess of cultural pottage, in a way. Short skirts, for instance, are a sexual thing in order to show as much of a girl's legs as possible. Topless dresses in America in order to show as much of the other half as possible. To me, we seem to have lost a certain amount of moral fibre, I suppose you'd call it, but that's only in comparison with other English people. I know, for instance, a very English attitude is one, if an Italian touches a girl up in a street in Rome, it's because they're all very sexy, hot-blooded, passionate Latin peoples. If an Englishman does it, he's a dirty rogue and should be fined £5 immediately and taken into court. And the English have two sets of standards, which they set for themselves and others, you know. If a Frenchman comes up and asks a girl if she wants to get laid, that's romantic. If an Englishman does it, she says, "What do you think? I have a prostitute."
How do you do it?
Well, I certainly never ask. I take a lesson from Vance Packard and use hidden persuaders, which of course is very modern.
You use a math. Use pop art.
Yeah, pop art or anything. Pop art seduction. I would say to really practice pop art seduction, you have to be a movie star. because, or something of that kind, or a rock and roll star, or at least you have to be in the first 200 people on the Order Marston March.
Psychic masturbation.
What makes you think, what are the qualities in your work that have made you and it so successful?
I don't know really. Devotion, I think. I think that the amount of work one really puts into it. The fact that you're willing to make up plaster heads and paint minis, paint naked ladies, be obsessed with colour, and not turn in a tatty job at all and not be mediocre. To really try and do something new and fresh and different. This is, I presume, what people are paying me for, and so I try and turn it in. The sort of stuff that I'm doing is absolute ephemera. I do it today and I want to forget about it by midnight and I'm on something else. And this is how I see, if anything is pop, it's pop for the minute, and it's with, I'm absolutely, for the minute I do the job and it's forgotten, and I'd sometimes even forget to look at it printed, because I'm so obsessed with the job I'm on at the time. It's not like tacking about in front of a canvas for 8 months, waiting for sort of all crazy inspirations. You're given a job and you do it. Do I make a lot of money? Well, I don't know what a lot of money is. I mean, compared to John Lennon, no, I make nothing, but compared to the guy down in the insurance company, I suppose I make a lot of money.
How do you think this success of yours so quickly has affected you as a professional?
Not at all. Absolutely not at all, except that I come to work with a chauffeured car as opposed to coming to work in a bus. That's about the only affectation I have. Why did I paint on a woman? Well, I was thrashing around with ideas to present myself to art schools when I took over the Penguin job. My wife came in semi-naked. And it occurred to me it would be rather nice, as the female form is considered artistic and presentable in art schools, to do a painting on a girl. Looking back, I think I could have done it a lot better now, but this apparently started a whole trend of things in art schools, girls going to parties painted up, and I've been asked to paint girls up for advertising purposes. And paint girls up for editorial things and all sorts of... I'm getting quite kinky about painting girls up, actually.
Oh, what I do find is very sexy is the new Fortney stamp with the footballers kicking the legs up.
Right, what else? You can take them off if you like. David, I think we can label that point too much.
What? Pardon? Yes, I think so. It could be Trevor, I think. Wait, should I just answer? The point is, those things are kind of rather meaningless, in a way, aren't they? For instance, I mean, if next week this country did collapse, but on the very day it collapsed, you met your absolute true love, you wouldn't give two hoots about the bloody place collapsing, would you? I mean, you know, you'd think, oh, all's right with the world. If we have a sandwich and a glass of beer, it doesn't matter. I mean, in a way, they're that meaningless, aren't they? I never, for instance, I can't plan a working day, you see. Really. But in California, say, if I work, I used to work on a morning, and then in the afternoon it got very hot and sunny, so I'd go and lie on the beach. And then I'd work again in the evening. And I'd maybe work until about 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock. And then I'd go for a drink, you see. And in California, the bars don't close until 2, which seems to me, in a way, the ideal hour. If you're going to close them at all, it's the ideal hour, because in a way it's not too late, and you can make up your mind about things, I suppose, you see, at 2 o'clock. 4 o'clock is a bit late, really. But anyway, you can do it. You know, work. I seem to work in the evening and do that. In London, you can't do this. Because if you want to go out for a drink, unless you go to those awful places that are my pet hates, really. What's that place called? I went once. It looks like a rhythm and blues Angus steakhouse. It's got tartan on the walls. But the bills seem to be, you know, it costs, each drink seems to cost about £1 or something. It's just ridiculous. I just object to paying £1 for one drink in a place like that. Anyway, it's not a in fact, the chairs are so small, it's like an organised children's tea party. It's terrible. In some ways, it's much more democratic, you see, and that's why London, I don't think, will ever really be what you'd call a swinging place. You see, it's nightlife in London. You need too much money for it. And because of that, you can't go in any place and meet a plumber from Camberwell, whereas in New York, you could. I mean, you could go in a bar and meet the equivalent. Some plumber from Brooklyn could be sat at the next stool, and some other guy, you know, a movie maker from Hollywood could be sat on the next stool. I mean, it just, that can happen. Here it just doesn't. The nightlife, which some people really think is terrific. I mean, obviously somebody's really sold the idea, haven't they? And as far as I can see, they must make a fortune.
first thought about a club for Playboy Club in Europe, we thought primarily of Paris as being the first place to go. The American expatriate or the American tourist concept always revolves around Paris, or used to do. And now London has kind of taken the lead away from Paris as the place for Americans to visit, the European city to go to.
What is all happening?
Well, there's more excitement here. You have the feeling that this is a town that there's more to do in. So you feel that you're sort of in on the thing that recognizable people are doing. I think everybody feels this way. And it looks like you get that feeling that it's all happening where you are. I think it's the reason for London being so successful. It's so successful wherever you go, whatever restaurant you happen to be sitting in or nightclub you happen to be visiting, there's a good chance that there are 2 or 3 people in the room that you recognize.
You know, the whole idea of the mini situation. Mini cars and mini skirts. I can't say too much about the skirts because I don't know much about that, but there's more room in a mini car than there is in a Cadillac, which seems impossible. I don't know if that holds true with the skirts or not, but at least they wear them with total abandon, you know, which is nice. I mean, they're not always kind of pulling them down. They say, that's how short it is, and I can make it shorter. And I say, good, that's a freedom. Because I don't think that girls really vary that much in their physical appearance. So it's a good, healthy breakaway from everything that was, you know, stolid and stoic and staid. So I enjoy it.
You don't come back and think I'll lose my mind. Oh yes, if you have come back to stay, gonna be in a brand new day. Walking and living around San Francisco Bay.
Tonight, let's all make love in London, as if it were the year 2001, the years of thrilling God Anno Domini. Be kind also to the poor soul that cries in a crack of the pavement because he has no body. Our prayers to the ghosts and the demons, the lackloves of UN and frightened congressmen who make sadistic noise on the radio, state statue destroyers and tank captains, unhappy murderers in Mekong and Congo, that a new kind of man has come to his bliss. To end the Cold War, he has borne against his own kind flesh since the days of the snake.
it. Wrap it up.